Hey, Giants fans, Shaun O'Hara here, joined by Giants head coach Joe Judge. Coach, the pads are on. Practice feels and sounds a little bit different. What do you do as a coach when you want to crank that intensity level up? And what are some of your favorite drills when the guys are in pads?
Well, the first thing you got to do is put the pads on. Once the pads come on, the intensity goes up. We always start out the first day with live goal line. And it's really more of a controlled setting. We control what the plays called are, but that makes it really truly competitive. There's a score, there's not a score or a stop. There's something tangible the players work for. We hit 4 reps of it, 2 with each group, and we go, and that really gets a lot of juice into practice. On top of that, we got to define the tempo of the period, because if we don't tell them if it's, thud up or full, they're going to assume it's full and they go live all the time. So our guys got a lot of urgency, a lot of intensity right now. They're coming out to compete every day, which is a good sign. Need to keep stringing some good practices together and keep making gains.
As a player, I know when we would look at practice and the pads are on, it's like, all right, which period's going to be the tough one, and bring your hard hat. Which one do you always kind of look at on the script and say, all right, I'm going to definitely be with that position group for that live drill?
Yeah, to me, it's offensive line, defensive line, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and 5-on-4. 5-on-4 being all the games and stunts that go along with it. I love watching that right there, because it's a controlled setting, but you really get to see the guys just matched up 1-on-1. You can see day by day who's getting the best of who, how they respond, and who makes consistent progress. Other than that, I love team run. That's my favorite 2 drills right there. Seeing the bigs inside really push each other around, get the physicality going. You can't be a physical team if you don't have the bigs really setting the tone.
Yeah, it's the toughest time to run the football for sure, when you're a little bit outnumbered and the holes are a little tighter. When you look at this offensive line, obviously last year went through a lot of growing pains just with having 3 rookies playing next to each other. Obviously, the coaching change as well. Where do you see this offensive line as a group this year in year 2?
We're still in the infant stage right now. We're at a point right now we're still mixing and matching different guys, finding everybody's strengths, still trying to build versatility in the unit as a whole. That works with the inside guys, playing both guards, playing center, tackling can play right and left. So we're trying to mix as much as we can, but they got to start building some chemistry and some stability as we go forward with it. The one thing about these guys, they do a great job communicating pre-snap, so it doesn't matter who you're plugging in where. They do a great job of getting on the same page. Rob, Freddie, Flats, and Ben, they do a great job of getting everyone tied in, really in sync with the play. They do a great job in the meetings on the front end, so when they come out to practice, they're all prepared, and that's key right there for it. In terms of where they're at right now, I do see them making improvement every day, and that's what we're looking for right now. At this point, we talk all the time about being in football condition. That for us really means being able to play in football position with the right technique for 60 minutes. We're far away from that right now. No one's had to play a 6-minute game, but we're making steps every day.
Nate Solder coming back, and not just coming back to the team, but now playing on the other side of the offensive line. What has it meant to have him back both on the field and in the locker room?
Nate's really done a tremendous job so far. And obviously he had a time away from football, but you know what? Everybody did. None of us had coached or played a game since January of last year, really December last year. So we come on back, and everyone's got to go ahead and build from ground zero. Obviously Nate had a little bit more extended time with last year not playing with the opt-out. However, I'd say he's done everything we've asked. He's really done a really nice job working, improving every day. I think for him, he's got so much experience at that position, it comes back to him every day. And then obviously, being away from the physical element of it for a while, it takes all of us a few days to get back into it, to make sure that the pads go on, we don't lose our technique, we don't lose our fundamentals. But he's definitely going ahead and showing all the things we correct in meetings. He carries them forward every day.
I know he's got fresh elbows after all that time off. That's nice. For Jason Garrett, year 2 of the offense, what has that relationship like been with Daniel Jones? Is he doing more at the line now? Do you feel like they're a little bit more aggressive offensively now they know each other a little bit better?
Yeah, I would say just for being in the same system for 2 years, and then also for Jason being able to work with, basically the same staff for another year, they got to get on the same page as well. And that was something throughout last year they did a nice job of. And when they're on the same page, the players can be on the same page. And Daniel's done a nice job really building on his knowledge of the position, his instincts within the game, but he's definitely controlling more at the line of scrimmage. That's ultimately the goal for us. And I've always believed the quarterback's got to be the guy the offense runs through. Daniel's really taking a lot of that responsibility. He works extremely hard to make sure he's prepared every day. And when he's out there, he can really facilitate what we want to do offensively.
All right, defensively, I know the secondary was really the strength of the defense last year. When you look at the front 4, and obviously the first week of pads, you're looking at the run stoppability defensively, but the pass rush is showing up. Who has flashed in terms of the pass rush ability up front?
Well, they've all had their own day, and there's all been times where you got to correct on a certain rep, make sure they don't repeat the mistake. But, obviously Leonard's had a good start to camp. He's done a good job, and, along with that, Dex and BJ, RJ and Ray, they've all had a good start to camp right now. And Danny, inside, doing a real good job. Austin really holding the nose, and those big guys inside for a good push, and then the snatch and pull. So they all go ahead and they work it. But, you you know how it is in training camp. It's the O-line may get you one day, the D-line gets you the other day. So we just got to make sure consistently keep stringing them together.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, thanks for the time. Appreciate it and enjoy this optimal weather. The sweat factor is minimal. From a former offensive lineman, I certainly would appreciate that.
It's tough to call training camp with this breeze.
That's right.